organized congress. The restroom is just out there. As soon as you take the exit from this hall, you'll be faced with the door to the restroom straight ahead of you. As soon as you take the exit out of this hall, and this hall is Wi-Fi accessible. There's Wi-Fi here, so that means you can actually access the internet on your devices. The password is right here. The flip chart, you can get the password on the flip chart here. I'm a bit not sure if I read it loud. So the Wi-Fi's name is the Wizard Hall. The Wizard Hall. D as in DE, the Wizard Hall. And the password is the Wizard as in capital D, E. The rest actually is lowercase. Capital D, E, W, I, Z, Z, A, R at 2025. D Wizard at 2025. The D is just capital D, and then the rest lowercase. E, W, I, Z, Z, A, R, D at 2025. And just so that you know, the media department was given a clear instruction to ensure that this congress is streamed live. It's important that we let you know the congress is streamed live. We're both live on the Sierra Leone Football Association Facebook page and the Sierra Leone Football Association YouTube page. Thank you very much. That's all I have for you for now. So I'll come back, before we start for conference program. Good morning, Wesley.
President come.
Most of that. Okay. Take a snap. Take the photos there and video together. In the yes. Yes. That's not a camera. This mic. Again, we not forget. Okay, so there. Thank you very much. No. You're good to go. No. What become? But why you not go to? You not go to Limba as well. DJI. DJI. I tell you, you don't get it. This video I think of the upload that is small. The upload that is small. What's IDK? We can switch now. Yes, sure. Come on, I'll just like I think it's a lot switch. It's a lot switch really. Download Studio 50. The upload that is small. Sleep it out. I don't put you. Why take man? Man, it's a safe thing. Good, pass it. Pick up. Yes, I think you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us all rise kindly as we welcome to the hall the President of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Mr. Bubani Kumara, Minister of Sports, Madam Augusta Tema, and the Executive Director of the National Sports Authority, Mr. Mohammed Alpha Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Sierra Leone Football Association, accompanied by the Minister of Sports, and a special guest, Mr. Consolidating. and the Executive Director of the National Sport Authority, Mr. Omer Alfata. Just remain where you are. The President is going around. I'm a minister to have a handshake for a show of respect and regard to all of you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Thank you so much. Let us all now try to settle down so we can commence proceedings proper. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. Welcome to the Sierra Leone Football Association Ordinary Congress, June 2026. In case you've just joined us, I was making a few announcements. The restroom is just outside the hall here. As soon as you take the exit from the hall, you will be faced directly with the door to the restroom. And for your kind attention, this Congress proceedings are going to be broadcast. As a matter of fact, we are currently live on the Sierra Leone Football Association Facebook page and the Sierra Leone Football Association YouTube page. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, once again, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome once again to the Slfa Football Association Ordinary Congress, June 2026, right here at the Wizard Hall, Borough City, in the southern part of Sierra Leone. My name is Ibrahim Kamara, the head of media and marketing of the Sierra Leone Football Association. My responsibility here this morning is to preside over the opening session of the Congress. Then I shall, of course, hand over to Mike, to the president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, who statutorily has the responsibility of chairing Congress. Before we make progress, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to, as always, invite the presence of God Almighty to be with us and bless whatever discussions we're able to have here this morning. For that, I would like to kindly request that the executive committee member representing female Sierra Leone Football Association to kindly lead us in this prayer. Madam Hajara Matulai Kumar.
يا الله يا عزيز يا غفور يا رحمن يا رحيم الرحيم انك سميع قريب مجيب دعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم انت السلام ومنك السلام. اللهم انك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم اعوذ بك من الجبال السلام. يا الله يا عزيز يا غفور يا رحمن الرحيم انك سميع قريب مجيب دعوات يا رب العالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحه.
Thank you very much, madam. We go now for the Christian prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, would like to kindly ask Reverend Philip Paul to lead us with that.
Shall we all start, please? And let's go. Most church of the great Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. Your children, bless 2026. We commit this session into your hands, and we pray, God, that you come and have your way and take full control. For this is the day that you have made, and we'll be glad and rejoice in it. And in all of it, Lord, at the end of it all, let your name be glorified. Just name, the Lord's prayer, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, not us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you very much. Reverend Philip Paul. For your information, for the information of our viewers out there, this is the first Congress to be convened under the leadership of the current president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Mr. Obani Kamara, the esteemed executive committee members, and it has already proven to be the best ever in the history of Sierra Leone Football Association. This is the very first Congress in the history of this country's football to ever commence and take 3 days progressively in a very beautiful way right on to the final day today. Just so that you know, of course, the delegates that are here are already aware. The first day was on the 25th, dates for arrival. Then on the 26th, we had engagement, fruitful engagement. President had very smooth and peaceful discussions with the respective regional football associations. And then right after that, we progressed to the beach. We said, okay, we've been administering football, armchairs, different offices, but let us also take the beach, just like the players usually do. So we had a friendly match, and indeed ended in a friendly way. Just so that you know, President scored one goal. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and congratulations for that beautiful goal. It was a perfect finish. Just so that you know, it was a perfect finish. And right after that, he said, okay, we should stop here. Let us also go and have a good time. We had a dinner. And again, like I said, this is the very first time the Sierra Leone Football Association is organizing Congress, and the president and his executive committee are thoughtful of the fact that the president and the executive committee and delegates should come together and have a beautiful dinner. It was a nice one. He danced a lot. I mean, Mr. President. And today, we're here for Congress proper. Like I said earlier on, my responsibility is to basically provide you with these courtesy openings, and I shall introduce the high table, and then from that, I shall hand over the microphone to the president for proceedings proper. Right from the far end there, and this is in no particular order, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Fode Anthony, the chairman of Eastern Regional Football Association. Mr. Fode, if you could, smile. Right next to him is the chairman of arguably the biggest region. I don't know if that is by size or by constitution, by everything. Okay. He's a Reverend Philip Bob, the chairman of Western Area Regional Football Association. And next to him is the only female amongst the executive committee representing women's football, and is the chairperson for women's football at the Sierra Leone Football Association, Madam Aja Ramatullah. Next to her is the chairman of Northwestern Regional Football Association, who doubles as the chairperson for the organizing committee of the FA Cup. Is Mr. Abdul Usman, formerly called AOT. Next to AOT, this one is the Vice President 2 of the Sierra Leone Football Association. He doubles as a FIFA and CAF certified match commissioner. He is the head of administration at the Sierra Leone Football Association. And next to him is our astute, very hardworking, I must say, General Secretary of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Engineer Mohammed Bensifa. I'm going to have to skip the next person right after him and progress to the Vice President 2 of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Head of the Technical Committee, Vice President 1 of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Head of the Technical Committee of the Sierra Leone Football Association, and he doubles as the mayor of the block of his worship next to Mr. Tarawali, his worship is the most popular executive committee member of the Sierra Leone Football Association. But this is by virtue of the fact that he came out with the highest number of votes in the election. So I think it's justifiable to refer to him as the most popular executive committee member. Is Mr. Mohammed Sori Chan. And next to Mr. Jallo is another ex-official who is the deputy mayor of the Freetown City Council, His Worship Kweku Melvin list. Next to Mr. List, his worship, is the acting chairman of the Northeastern Region of Football Association, Northeastern Region of Football Association, Mr. Abdul Pastor. Now it takes us to the host chairman, the chairman of the Southern Regional Football Association, is Mr. Joseph Benedict Uba. And then to the last, by no means the least, as a matter of fact, the ultimate, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the developmentally oriented president that has brought in so much transformation in the development of Sierra Leone football. Please put your hands together for the president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Mr. Omar Kamara. Thank you. That was indeed loud enough. And it goes without explanation how much love, appreciation, and gratitude you all have, by way of showing it to the president and the rest of the executive committee members. At this particular point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take my leave and hand you over to the capable hands of our president, Mr. Nabani.
Thank you very much, Anike. Honorable Minister, Executive Director of NSA, Mr. President, NOC, Parliament, CC, the representative from our zonal supervisors for Full Zone A, distinguished delegates, the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Welcome to this session of my first ordinary Congress as President of the Sierra Leone Football Association. It is not normal. It's Sierra Leone Football President called for a Congress in their fourth year of governance in the history of this country. I remember when in that administration, after 4 years, there was only one ordinary Congress. We demonstrate lack of respect for our statutes, the governing documents that guide football administration in this country. As respecter of the law, as someone who wants to abide by all principles that bind society together, that bind society, we are here today to fulfill a statutory requirement, which is to have Congress in the second quarter every year. Why we are starting today? Let me hasten to reassure you that while I remain here as president, this occasion we can only improve on how we organize it. But be rest assured, we'll do it year in and year out. We are in bold. Some may wonder why bold. Is it because that is where the president is coming from? But there's no record in recent memory that will tell you when last Congress was telling bold. We visited all regions, all districts, almost every region district in Sierra Leone. And bold for a very long time has not been given the opportunity to host Congress. So when it was required that we call this Congress, Agunkon to Putloko, Makini, Kitom, Mokosi Kuteng, Moyamba, Kedema. It was at Kabbalah, it was at Ida. He come to the center, follow the center of Sierra Leone. Because Ile, according to history, the center of Sierra Leone, and Ile is like 30 miles from home. So we are almost at the center of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, today is more than satisfying the statutory requirement. It's a defining moment to reflect our journey. Account for our stewardship, and reaffirm our shared commitment to building a stronger, more united, and more successful football family. As we convene today, let us engage with honesty, respect, and a collective sense of purpose. Remembering that the decisions we make here today will shape the future of Sierra Leone football. Together, let us continue to move our game, and let us pursue with sincerity, honesty, not for our own individual gains, but for Sierra Leone as a whole. On that note, I want to thank you for coming here, enjoy football, and discuss football, because by history, football was founded on the principle of generosity. Just at the back of this building, we have Ojon Street, where was a sports session called Togo. That was the first habitat for bull. And this place was found by a hunter who killed an elephant. And the elephant was so big that he and his family could not eat it alone. So he was going around in nearby villages, localities, calling people to come and have a pot. And that pot of the elephant is when you have your pot, it says, "This is yours," which means to be the whole of us. This is yours. Home is a city of hospitality. Those who are fortunate to come here for education, those who come here for work, they know when they are here, when it's difficult to leave. So whilst we are here for this Congress, make use of it, enjoy. After the Congress today, go to the South and Rendezvous, where you have good music, food, and everything. I have a colleague, ESCO member, who always told that your village mortgage doesn't have a good road. Now we are sitting in the Wizard Hall, whose ownership is from Hungary. And the Santa Rendezvous too, whose ownership too is from Hungary. So Mr. Esco member, please, when you give this form, you turn to Mapoka with the mindset that Hungary have people who are mentally oriented. Thank you. On that note, we are being boosted by a region, and we have our regional chairman here, Mr. Joseph Benedict Buba. Respectfully, sir, I want to give you the podium to welcome delegates and football stakeholders in the region.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The Honorable Minister of Sports, the Executive Director for NSA, President NOC, the representative from WAFU, Executive Committee members, delegates from various regions, It is with great honor, humility, and immense pride that I stand before you this afternoon as the chairman of the Southern Region Football Association to warmly welcome you to this important ordinary congress. 22 years ago, Bo hosted the last congress in 2003. 22 years ago. Bo has always been a football city. From the dusty pitches, where young talents first dream of wearing the green, white, and blue of Leone Stars, to the passionate supporters who fill our stadiums week in and week out. Football runs in our veins and the Southern region. Today, we are truly delighted and privileged to host this congress on our soil. On behalf of the entire Southern region football family, I say welcome to our brothers and sisters from the Northern region, Northeast, Western area, and all other areas from Sierra Leone. Welcome to Bo District and welcome to the Southern region. We want to thank you for making the journey to Bo. Your presence here demonstrates the unity and collective commitment we all share towards the growth and development of football in Sierra Leone. This congress is not just a meeting point, it is a family reunion where we come together to assess our past, confront our challenges, and chart the new, brighter course for the future of our beautiful game. We in the Southern region will remain fully committed to the vision of the President of the Sierra Leone Football Association. We have no program, no agenda, other than the program and agenda of President Babajide. We say so because we believe in the developmental trajectory and we fully support. As we deliberate over the next few hours, let us do so in the spirit of brotherhood, honesty, and patriotism. Let us put the interests of Sierra Leone football above personal or regional interests. The young boys and girls watching us expect nothing less. Once again, on behalf of the Southern Region Football Association, the people of Bo, and the entire Southern region, I extend our warmest and welcome and best wishes for a successful, productive, and peaceful Congress. God bless Southern region. God bless you. God bless.
Thank you, Chairman. That was eloquent and precise. I now have the honor we have it from football stakeholders, partners. So I now have the honor to call Mr. Prince Swale to make a statement.
Good morning. Good morning. Madam Minister, the President of the FA, Mr. Bernardi Kamara, your rank and file, including the Vice President and the Secretary General, the rest of the executive membership of the Football Association, the rank and file of the footballing family, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here this morning and to listen to that warm welcome address by the President of the FA. I honestly did not have that historical context of how Bo became Bo City. So thank you very much. The only thing I can say in the absence of all the elephants, so just because you guys are eating all the elephants, I'd like to know You know what I'll be leaving here with? Is it some cow, the head of the cow or something? Yeah? Goat? Okay, I'll take a goat. No problem. But it's really a pleasure to be here, especially to see a cohesive unit of the football family in Sierra Leone. Because we at the National Olympic Committee really, we are supposed to be like the parent of all different sporting associations, and football is not an exemption to that notion. But you know, sometimes when you can have a child, and that child can outgrow you in so many ways, which is really what the case is. You know, football is very much an Olympic sport. Every 4 years when we have the Olympic Games, football is very much a part of the Olympic Games, and there's a whole qualification series to that. But I'm really happy that we from afar sometimes hear all the negativity around surrounding football. And it's really reassuring that at this particular juncture in the history of football, it's quite palpable that we have a good captain at the helm of the ship. So I want to commend Mr. Bali and the rest of the executive membership for really holding fast and bringing this family together as one unit. And I can only hope that that will be the trajectory moving forward. Because even the football players on the pitch, they sort of feed from us as the administrators of sports. If they see that we're well organized, even the morale of the players and athletes, you know, is lifted. So I'm really, really happy, and I can hammer home enough the importance of my pleasure to see that football is now in a very good hands. Moving forward, this AGM, and I commend you again, Mr. President, this being your first, it's also very timely because we all are football fans anyway. And we know we're in the midst of the World Cup, the biggest sporting and footballing event taking place right now in North America. So the timing could not be, you know, more perfect as we have right now. So on that note, I'm just going to wish you and the rest of the crew a very fruitful deliberations of this your inaugural AGM. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, President Swale. You're a man of high integrity who is branding the National Olympic institution in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much for that wonderful speech. I now have the honor to invite our brother from the Gambia, who is representing Wafuzo A, partner BCC, to make this statement.
Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Executive Director of National Sports Authority, Mr. President, distinguished members of the Executive Committee, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. On behalf of the President and the Executive Director of WAFU, I extend our warm greetings and appreciation for the invitation to participate in this Congress. The Sierra Leone Football Association is a valued and active member of WAFU, and we are proud of the strong partnership we have built over the years. Your consistent participation and hosting of our competitions development programs, and capacity building initiatives reflects your commitment for the growth of football in Sierra Leone. We particularly appreciate SLF's regular involvement in our training programs for coaches, referees, technical directors, match commissioners, medics, and other football development programs. By sending your personnel to these courses, you are investing in knowledge, professionalism, and the long-term development of football in Sierra Leone. WAFA is proud of the remarkable progress made by the Sierra Leone Football Association in recent months. We commend the SLFA for successfully attracting significant sponsorship deals, organizing the CAFC Diploma Coaching course for the first time in over 16 years, launching its first ever women's football strategy, and hosting the CAF safety and security training programs for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone. These landmark achievements, together with many other important initiatives, demonstrate the association's commitment to strengthen development of football across the country. As WAFU Zone A, we remain committed to supporting all our member associations. Our doors are always open to provide guidance, technical assistance, and opportunities that will strengthen football development across our region. We encourage the SLFA to continue engaging actively with WAFU A programs, as together we can achieve greater success for West African football. On that note, I wish you a success in this Congress. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Parliament. You know, when you are upright and when people know you for doing the right thing, they will always be there to support you. The presence of Parliament here, representing WAFU, is very significant for our Congress. It shows we are in good collaboration with our zonal scholars. Recently, when we had the DSR match here with Nigeria, a single call to the president of WAFU, Nabil Bajo, who is doubles as the president of the Gambian Scholar Association. So, this also is a referee or a match commissioner. And that individual happens to be the vice president of the Gambian Football Association, Leone. He wasted no time to release Leone to come to Sierra Leone to serve as match commissioner. We also called the Leone president and the negotiating team and the unity release and the officials come here to officiate that match. The match was an international match, so there was no way we are going to use match commissioners of Sierra Leone or officiating teams of Sierra Leone. It was a FIFA sanction match. But due to the timing, I mean, in normal circumstances, they should have been informed a week ahead. But when we reached out to them, it was very like the president beginning. He does not come like they always say, oh my neighbor, everything is very important. So we are in good terms with our neighbors, Gambia, Guinea, and Nigeria. Very good terms. I don't know what used to happen in the past, but this administration, I'll tell you, we are in a very good terms with our neighbors, and we are going to continue to work together to improve football. There are very good initiatives in the pipeline for this region, because the only way our national teams will be able to play beautiful football is when we have competitions around us, playing frequently. That will give them the chance to face tough competitions when there's need for them. Thank you, Balami, for that precise statement. My regards to the entire executive of our Football Day. Thank you. On that note, I now have the honor to call Director of National Sports Authority to make a statement.
Mr. President, I need your attention. Not director, but executive director.
Because I don't want trouble. You be my boss and supervisor. I don't want to make conflict with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to invite the executive director.
God bless you. Good morning again. Minister, President and the Executive Committee Serving Football Association, Chairman LOC, distinguished delegates, guests, the fourth estate. I stand on existing protocol to present the NSA to you. I'm mesmerized and I felt that tears that started here some 11 months ago. I was on the other side. And today, and what it means because this hall, these people, this Congress prepared me well to stand here. I want to say thank you. And we at NSA, our mandate is to supervise, to encourage, to promote all sporting disciplines. When I took up this office, and Mr. President told me one thing, say, Mr. Council, go out there and maintain the term sporting discipline. And it is on that note that when I met with the president of Slfa, I told him one thing, please maintain the program at Slfa Secretariat. And that's what exactly he's doing. One may say the program means the absence of noise, but it goes beyond that. It only means to respect the law books, to respect the constitution. And that's what exactly the president and the executive have done by respecting Article 26(1) of the Slfa Constitution. We say every year in the second quarter, there shall be an organized Congress. Thank you, Mr. President, for respecting your book. And it goes out for every other sporting discipline. The nuance, the issues, the ground call in sports is not about position. It's not about finance or resources. It only means one thing. Because the leaders in those associations are not respecting their constitutions, are not respecting their books. And it is on that note that as the executive director of NSA, I will do everything for every other association to respect the books that guides them. Once that happens, everything shall fall in. So it's a message that we have to take out to everybody. Gone are the days for impunity, that you can do anything. When our minister is here, it has been very difficult for the last 2 months. But I will tell you, with our strong leadership and support from our agency, we'll certainly do the job that is required for our unions. SLFA, I will not continue to talk much more because I know the leadership you have has the capacity, the capability to deliver. And that's why I always tell other sporting disciplines that don't worry about Slfa or football, because football is in safe hands. Football is led by people who are desirous to ensure that we succeed. I also want to use this opportunity that we should all try and believe that the next AFCON we must qualify. So every football stakeholder needs to support that agenda, because Mr. President needs to see that again. In 2021, when we qualified, I mean, he said this to me, Mr. Ponce, I want to see when Sierra Leone will follow me to drop me at my lodge. He gets political political party. So today, the ordinary Congress is a testament that people are beginning to respect their books. Continue to do so. Thank you, and I respect it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Executive Director. That was a nice one. I'll assure you of decorum and the Football Association. Like he said, decorum does not mean the absence of noise. It means adhering to the principles of the game, respecting the rules of law, and the opinions of others. That is what we do and said, and the executive committee and the staff of the football division. Thank you for remaining us. I now have the honor to invite podium mother of the game, in law, in the absence of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. She is the author of sport in Sierra Leone. Or the religious people will say the Alpha and the Omega. She is a mother. I will never call her by name or I say mom. I always call her mommy. Because the word mommy should not be misunderstood for someone who gives back to you. Mommy means any woman who can play the role of a mother. That is just what the Honorable Minister of Sport is doing in football or in sport in general. There's no mistake that His Excellency President U.S. Madam gave us a leader like we have. Because leadership that we want to bring calm head, calmness, is recipe for chaos. There are certain times when you know things are wrong. But as a leader, let's talk about it. For those who are in our session yesterday, for all the refinery leaders we met, I said it to all of you. If leaders decide to talk, when they make decisions as to why they make those decisions, a lot will be hard and a lot will go wrong. So it is always good that when leaders make decisions, we trust in their decision, we have trust in them, we accept their decision. Only time we tell whether their decision was right or was wrong. Only time when you must not go ask a leader when they make sensitive decisions. Because leadership is about balancing the power. The most important stakeholder in everything we do is our country. Our country is number one. If you have to hurt a brother to save the state, don't hesitate to do that. Don't hesitate. On that note, I want to call the Honorable Minister of Sport, Madam Augusta Selma, make a statement. Mrs. August Valley. The last Congress was tough for her, but she proved tougher.
Indeed. Good morning, everyone. And Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for this wonderful words about me, and thank God that they are happening in my life. Mr. Chairman, Executive Director of the NSA, President of the NOC, representative from Wafu A, Wafu Zone A, President and members of the Football Association, the Fourth and Fifth Estate, other distinguished personalities here this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you warm greetings from our president, a talking to person, a person who actually revitalized football again in our nation. So I'm expecting a big applause because they are here. Why I'm saying this? Because before this time, it was a difficult thing to talk about even the Premier League or even the Head Cup. But with the emergence of our president and his government, we have these activities going on now smoothly, and it has given us the chance to see more of the talents in football. I am very happy here today. Why I am happy, so much excited, is because I talk to myself and say, I haven't made a mistake. I haven't made a mistake on the 2nd of August to give myself a pleasant present. Why? Because I have to really take the bull by the horn and stood by the tenets of democracy and for the right things to happen. And on that day, the right things happened, which gave back to a wonderful, wonderful National Executive Committee of the Sierra Leone Football Association, led by a very astute leader. A leader, if I could use the adjectives here this morning, are we still in the morning or afternoon? I will not end up my speech. God sent somebody to actually help Sierra Leone in the things of football, specifically because we as Sierra Leoneans, the very first sport that we love and cherish is football. And football is bringing us together as a nation and helping us live in one accord. Even though we may come from different backgrounds, especially politically, it is actually bringing us together when we win matches and when we deliberate the issue. And that is why, as we are seated here, even among the members, you can see the mixture. But there is so much development and progress in this mixture. And that is the power of football, even though they are coming from different backgrounds. So because I'm here representing government, I must salute you this afternoon that you're doing just so the things that government is looking forward to. Government is so particular about good governance. And today we're here, hearing from the chairman himself and supported by others, especially our Wafu A representative, that wonderful things are happening in Sierra Leone with regards to football. So I've got here and thank you very much. And I want to say that good governance involves accountability, it involves transparency, it involves inclusivity, it involves equality, efficiency, and effectiveness, just to name a few. And for this short moment, I still have not celebrated the birthday from that time. I have seen a lot of this manifesting itself in the Sierra Leone Football Association. So I want to thank you very much. It has been a very difficult thing before for this body to come back, to sit here and think about the things that we bring about success in football. It has always been contentious. It has always been full of problems, conflicts. But today, look at us seated here, cool and calm, listening to each other. Yes, and that is because the tenets of the governance are really manifesting themselves in the things of football. I will not be very just to my speeches here, my speech here this afternoon, if I fail to emphasize that I see human development, I see finance being controlled, I see the equipment coming, I see infrastructural development taking place. And the last but not the least is that there is this togetherness, this collaboration. It's so much exciting because when we are together, it takes us just short time to reach our goal. My grandfather with best memory, said to me the other day, he said, if you work as a team, he said you will work from Freetown to Bo without feeling that you have been really expanding energy. He said, but if you're alone, to walk from Freetown to Bo, you will have to look for an ambulance. This is what I want to emphasize here today. You have to continue with collaboration, and you have to continue with good governance, because these are the things that do prevent the rancor that we hear of, especially in football. And because we love football, we don't want to hear that rancor. So please, Mr. Chairman, who happens to be the president of the Sierra Football Association, and members of the executive, and even delegates here, this is just a showcase of what's supposed to happen in the lower levels. Because if the higher level is doing the just things, and the lower level are not doing, I'm talking about district, I'm talking about zonal, I'm talking about regional, are not doing the things that the national is doing, then there will be so much problem for the national, and it will reach a time when we start crying them again. But I pray that that time will never come, and that we learn from the national, and then whatever they are doing that is good, we spill over. And don't forget that we're looking forward to capacity building. Human capacity building is one of the flagship of our government. And this I have seen also manifesting itself in football. You know, when people don't know what they're doing or what they have to do, it creates problems. It can even create a lot of suspicion sometimes. If you have not called a congress, people will start asking you, how are you using the funds? People will start saying things that are not correct, that you are giving, use the funds to build your house, or to buy a car. But today I know, after these 2 days and today being the final day, all those aspersions and fears will roll over. And you will see that the blessings will reach you, and you will do mighty, mighty works, more than that what you're doing. I also want to emphasize the job opportunity. Please, in your deliberations, don't forget that we're looking out of ways and means how we can engage our youths. Because in the country, the youths are the powerhouse. And we don't want them to continue to be in vices like taking drugs, which are actually not of good standing for the development of this country. So please, I want to use this opportunity to emphasize that football has the opportunity, and we'll continue to work with you. And please don't downplay the issue of job opportunity, because we want to make sure that everything that we do in this country, we focus on making people independent and make their lives better. And football has the potential. And if you are together, you make it work. And also, public reform. In the government we have now, Sierra Leone People's Party, and led by our very much concerned president, retired Brigadier Madam Bio, and is so passionate about public reform. Because when you don't do the right things, when you fail to do the right things, it will actually affect the development of everything that we are doing. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to wish you well. And I want to say that in the reform, you got to take gender issues into consideration. And I want to emphasize also that you take persons with disabilities into consideration. These are all pointers of good governance, and that will make the way clearer and easier for you. I thank you very much for what you are doing, and I will always continue to give my support to you, because not because you are my friend, not because you are my brother, but because you are doing the things in sport that is bringing the country to a landmark that will never be forgotten. I thank you, I praise you, and I give you all the honor, and I believe that this one will give you another stage upward. Thank you. I want to wish you a fruitful deliberations, and I want to thank you all for that.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Please, Madam Minister, extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to the President of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Peter Brigadier Madam Bio, on my behalf and my executive committee and the entire football fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, we now move to the next item, which is local. Local will mark the official opening of this session. So I now hand over to the General Secretary, Mr. Mohamed Benson Kawo, for the roll call to constitute the Congress. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to the national tour. So let's start. The names are called in order of how they were registered. Ibrahim Kamara, representing Eastern Region FA. Ibrahim Kamara, present. Katara Ramadan Jusu, present. Ashaka Koroma, present. All of these names are coming and representing Eastern Region. Tamba Gauja, present. Tamba James, Kailam, present. Kenima District FA, Mohamed Patejabi, present. Kono District FA, Abu Bakar Mansari, present. North East Region FA, Robert Melvin Ture, present. Hassan Madi Conte, present. Abdul Bangura, Bombali Chebura FC. Abdul Bangura. I'll take note of that. Mohamed Boxing Sanko, present. Bombali District FA Sulaiman Silasise, present. Tonkolili District FA Edward Yaya Bangura, present. Koinadugu District FA Abdul Karim Kamara, present. Balaba District FA Bala Kago, present. Western Region FA Madam Abi Bangura, absent. Kasho J. Holland, present. Sule C. Kamara, present. RSN Kuyate, present. Urban District FA Alhaji Abdul Rahman Davis, present. Rural District FA Keti Sise, present. Southern Region Madam Susan Sarah Koiwa, present. Kofi Binyako, present. Mohamed S. Jabombo, present. Kel Fala Sanko, present. Tambaji Betua, Oyamba District, present. O District FA Abdul Ahmed Bangura, Ujel District FA Usman Alvan Kone, present. Bond District FA Frank Matia, present. Northeast Region FA Ezekiel, Northwest Region FA Ezekiel M. Dumbuya, present. Abul Bakar Kamara, present. Ibrahim Fatu Kamara, present. Mustafa Sanko, present. Cambia District FA Mohamed UTA Kamara, present. the super goalkeeper. Karine District FA, Abdul Kander Ture, present. Udloko District FA, Usman Kaba, present. Coaches Association, Madam Adama Paulina Suma, retired National Football Heroes, John Disa, present. Abdul Rahman Kamara, Referee Association, present. By Bure Warriors, Santiki Ibrahim Kamara, present. Wawa FC Mohammed Sise, present. Go Rangers FC Sheikh Mana, present. Diamond Stars FC Sia Comforts Edinya Nuke, present. Banta FC Arnold Williams, present. Wusum Stars FC Musa Santigi Kamara, Eastern Lions FC Alpha Mukhtar Jallo, present. FC Kalon Ibrahim Kanu, present. Mighty Blackpool Sulaiman Joe, present. All Edwardians FC Manfred Peters, present. Freetown City FC Abubakar Kamara, present. Abacha City FC Abu Mali Conte, present. Kambui Eagles FC Eric Batilo Chusu Foma, present. Fulham Stars Andrew Abu Kamara, present. Wilberforce Strikers Alhaji Amadou Dumbuya, present. Slfa FC, absent. Cherno Abbas Bar Health Authority, present. Star Sports Academy FC Mohammed Jusu Tarawali ESQ, present. I'm going to go back to the name from Gambia. Is it Gambia? Abdul Bangura, present. In line with Article 26, paragraph 1 of the statute, the Ordinary Congress shall be held annually in the second quarter of every year, and we are gathered here today on 27th of June 2026, in the second quarter of the year. Notification was sent for Congress on 24th April 2026, announcing the date and venue, thereby fulfilling the 45 days notification period in line with Article 26, paragraph 2 of the statute. On 12th June 2026, the form of convocation was communicated to members in line with Article 26 for fulfilling the 15 days notification period. So yes, Mr. President, of the 57 delegates that we are supposed to be present here, 2 are absent, leaving us with 55 delegates. I hereby would like to declare that the 2026 Slfa Congress has been convened and composed in compliance with Article 26 of the Slfa statute. Back over to you, Mr. President, for the next agenda item. Thank you.
Thank you very much, GS. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not only gathered here today, we've done so in accordance with the statute. 45 days notification, 15 days convocation notice. We are all done in accordance with the statute. This further emphasizes the executive committee position on the role of governance and best practices. Thank you very much for the roll call. Congress is now officially convened. Before we proceed, ever since we left Lunge for the elective congress, and today we've lost a lot of football personalities to the cold hand of death. Players, coaches, referees, match commissioners, either by illness, either by accidents, all are leads of death. So I call on this August gathering to kindly stand up and have a silent prayer for all of our fallen heroes. Amen. Amen. We now go to the next item on our agenda, which is the approval of the agenda. Approval of the agenda, please. Can we have somebody to move that? Okay, Mr. Rikumba. So move to approve the agenda. Any seconder? Okay. So our agenda, is there any opposite view on this agenda? So we see our agenda has been approved unanimously. Thank you, delegates. Thank you very much, delegates. It's now time for your president to give his, the president of the country, say, State of the Union.
Good afternoon again, Madam Minister, Mr. President, NOC, Consolidating, the Executive Director of NSA, Authority, Parliament, honorable guests from Wafu Zone A, esteemed Executive Committee members, my Vice President 1 and 2, delegates, the media, good afternoon to you all. First, allow me to welcome you again to Bull City of history, hospitality, and resilience. It is fitting that we gather here today because Bull has always represented unity, and there is no better place for the football family to meet at this important moment, given that it's been decades since Bull hosted the Congress. Distinguished delegates, Congress is not merely a constitutional obligation. It's a football parliament. It is the one occasion where we can look one another in the eye, speak honestly, disagree respectfully, and live united. Before I speak about football, allow me to speak about us. Some of us have supported each other. Some of us have opposed each other. Some of us have disagreed, sometimes strongly. But I want us to remember one thing today. Nobody in this hall is an enemy of football. Nobody wakes up in the morning wanting football to fail. At least not the club owners investing their money, not the street chairmen sacrificing their time, the journalists asking tough questions or trying to propagate football, the delegates raising concerns, the administrators making decisions. We may differ in approach, but our destination is the same. The truth is that football is too small for enemies and too important for division. And so, from this podium today, I extend my hand to everyone. Including those we agree with, those who criticize us, those who support us, and those who oppose us. Let us compete with ideas and not hate. Let's challenge one another without destroying one another. And this is so because when football wins, all of us wins, and when football loses, all of us lose. We go to governance and compliance. Since my administration took over in August 2025, distinguished delegates, when we assumed office, one of our first decisions was to set up the transitional committee. Many misunderstood its purpose. Some call it witch hunt. However, it was not. It was an exercise in truth. We wanted to know where we stood as an institution, and indeed, many things were discovered. If our intention had been revenge, many people would have been answering difficult questions today. But we choose football over conflict. For the sake of the game, we decided to look forward. However, let me leave you with one fact, out of many through Congress. In 2022, FIFA approved and released $216,000 United States dollars for furniture for the Sierra Leone Football Association Secretariat, including the hostels for our youth team. Distinguished delegates, only about $13,000 worth of furniture was supplied. The rest, you can judge. In the just concluded audit by our independent auditors, it forms part of the management report that since 2022, Sierra Leone Football Association has failed to establish a clear communication on this matter. That is, to write the supplier who was paid to supply these items but could not deliver. Since then, nothing was done until we took office. Still, it remains to be an unanswered question and continue to hand over the credibility of Sierra Leone Football Association. Operations and the Secretariat. My dear colleagues, one thing clearly stood out following a review of the report received from the Transition Committee. Weakened staff strength, and our response to this was robust. What we did was to forensically audit our staff internally and decided based on competence following this. We let go of certain staff and brought in new staff. We appointed a new general secretary, a deputy general secretary, technical director, finance director, women's football manager, referees manager, procurement manager, competition officer and IT professional, event and protocol officer, safeguarding officer, and made several alignments from among the staff I inherited. Alignment in this sense, there are staff who are in different departments, but after bringing on board new staff, some were promoted. Salaries were increased to match the new positions. Salaries were increased to match new positions. What is worth knowing about this is the fact that when we are going into the election, it was difficult to find people to be neutral in politics. Like John F. Kennedy once said, or Abraham Lincoln, the hottest part of hell is reserved for those who intend to be neutral during moral conflicts. So, during elections, most of the staff took sides. Words were used. A lot was said about us. But when we came, we did not revenge. Revenge is not ours. We are working with this staff, and I say to people, when we gather here, our oath and loyalty is to Sierra Leone and not to individuals. So, as president, you don't need to like me for you and I to work. What you need to like is to be honest to your job, honest to your country, and honest to the Sierra Leone Football Association that is giving you your bread and butter. So, at staff level, we've undertaken a lot of reform, a lot of training, and the quality of our staff and this organization here today, since Thursday, you, the delegates, you, the football stakeholders, are the leading witness to what I am saying today. Today, every member of staff has clear job description, clear terms of reference, and clear KPI. We have recruited based on competence and professionalism while promoting gender inclusion. Esteemed delegates, Madam Minister, when I took over, there was only one female at the Sierra Leone Football Association as staff out of over 30 staff. In my 10 months in office, we have been able to recruit 4 staff. 4 female staff. We now have 5 female staff working at the federation, and 2 of them are in management level. The finance director and the football manager. Madam Minister, ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to strengthen the standing committees in our federation. Statutory reviews are ongoing, and this includes all 5 regions and 16 districts. Good governance remains the foundation upon which successful football is built. My administration has also prioritized integrity. We organize safety and security training here in Bo with CAF experts. We signed an anti-doping memorandum of understanding with the National Olympic Committee. We are also working towards introducing real-time anti-doping testing. We have conducted match manipulation workshops and safeguarding trainings. Dear delegates, allow me to remark that compliance is the lifeblood of FIFA, CAF, and WAFO. This is in fact the reason why FIFA often say football is a game of directive and not a game of discussion. When CAF decided to stage the AFCON every 4 years, they did not hold town hall meetings with anybody. The executive committee decided that every 4 years to be having an outcome, and the decision was final. permit me to say here that in 4 years, the last administration had only one ordinary Congress. For the first time in my lifetime, Congress is called for the first time by the sitting president in his first year of office in the second quarter as stipulated by the statute. We have done so when in everything technical, including coaching course, women's football and referee education since we took over the administration of football. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been made possible because of compliance. FIFA and CAF demand that we employ a technical director that is qualified to be the men's national team coach. Most times, when we make a decision, like I said earlier, people may think we do so because we want to support other people. But the principles surrounding football is powerful than the match itself. The principles around the game. When you obey the principles around football, there's every possibility that you succeed on the day of the match. So appointing Mr. John Edward Kista as the technical director is something that we did not do out of malice. He is the one that is qualified to be a technical director by education, by training, and he has the qualification to be the head coach of Sierra Leone. The person I inherited is somebody that I have a amount of respect for, but he did not meet those requirements. Like I said again, when the law is in conflict between yourself and the state should be prioritized, and that is what we did by appointing John Edward Kista to be the head coach of Sierra Leone. On assuming office, I was briefed by the then AGS, and among many things, he told me we have an opportunity to explore for women's football at FIFA, which has to do with compliance. He remarked, and I asked him, what could that be? He said that we need to first employ a dedicated football manager, and that is how Madam Elizabeth Kylie was appointed to be the women's football manager at the federation. Madam Kylie, in this short while, through the supervision of the ESCO member leading female football, Madam Hajara Matulai Kamara, through the support of Mr. John Edward Kista and the GS and the entire secretariat, have been able to develop a women's football strategy first in the history of Sierra Leone. FIFA has also approved a project called League Development for Women's Football. What this means, when FIFA shall approve the football strategy, Sierra Leone football is going to be attracting $100,000 every year for female football development. That is not all. At the moment, we are using funds that are meant for operation to subvent the league bodies, male and female. In my first team month in office, we are able to give $1,000 to the female, $100,000 to the male female league board from the federation. When we have this strategy money from FIFA for the women's competition league, we'll be saving $100,000 from our operational funds that will go toward the development of other activities or development projects across the country. That governance, you all could recall that before this time, my by now in our league, people should have been winning points on table. I am proud of myself, my executive committee members, and the staff of the federation to state here without being biased or being untrue that this is the first time in the history of Sierra Leone football that we are playing a league from start to finish without any team winning a point on the table. Why is this happening? There is what we call a FIFA Connect, a platform that manages everything about competition. You can have your features from the FIFA Connect. You can register your players, your coaches, your match commissioners, your referees. You can submit match reports on the FIFA Connect, competition management system, everything. But what used to happen is that they will announce that all windows are open for registration of players. They also announce that windows have been closed. But that was never the truth. I got to discover that when I became president. When I became president, like I said here earlier, we have a very good working relationship to our neighbors. And Liberia, being one of the countries that have mastered the FIFA Connect, we went to them, myself, my executive committee members, went to Monrovia, went to the president, we asked him to please send us experts to come and teach us. It was in this hall that the training was conducted. But everybody here will go for us to conduct training of FIFA Connect. Before, the federation had FIFA Connect, but they were doing features using fictitious softwares. When the FIFA Connect that is being given to them by FIFA is good enough to do the features. So after the training, for the first time, we had our features from the FIFA Connect. I took part in the training, I participated. I have the icon or the app in my phone. I'm logged in 24/7. I monitor it 24/7. The Premier League Board Secretary will tell you that even at 3 a.m., something got into that FIFA Connect. It pop-ups on my phone. And I'll put my phone and call him, what is this? Because everything you post comes with description. Player approval, suspension of registration, this and that. And when they pop up, I see the description and I'll ask, why is this person posting in this group? Why is this person posting on this app? And they will explain if it is okay to resolve it. I'll give one clear example that shows that we, as executive committee members, are here to govern football in the right way and for everyone without any favor or fear. When window closes last season, the female police team were unable to register all their players. An executive committee member here, Mr. Fode Anthony, his team, they were unable to register all their players. So there was a lot of call, open the window, even from male Premier League teams, colleagues, people who supported me. That government was all over the place. That, both players of overseas want to register them. I said, no, we cannot keep doing things in the Sierra Leone way. We have to move to the national level. I cannot accept that. When he supports me to win, we have to support me to succeed. And the only way to support me to succeed is by allowing me to do what is right in the interest of the game. So a lot was said, but I did not listen. In Makini, the female team played with 9 players in their first match in the female Premier League. They were lucky, they drew the match in Makini. Bull Rangers, there was a player that the player was registered in the system. He was registered with FC Canon, registered with Go Rangers. So the status of the player went to the player status committee. Mr. Jallo, who is an executive committee member, is the chairman of that committee. They asked, at the end of the day, based on the investigation, they said the player belongs to Go Rangers. Fine. I'm the former chairman of Go Rangers. Former chairman. Everybody knows Go Rangers is my team. I've supported them and I'll continue to support them. But when they took the decision that the player belongs to Go Rangers, the window has closed. So after that, Go Rangers came to their brother and said, Mr. President, this player has been cleared to play for Go Rangers. So we want to use him. Please allow us to use our player. I said no. A movement from one club to another club within the system is transfer taking place. Even though the player has been cleared to play for you, you are not going to use that player until the second leg of the league. Few of my friends, brothers, were not happy with me for that, but they did not use me until the second leg. So that is transparency of providing leadership with sincerity by not favoring anyone. Because in normal situation, I was going to say, oh, we just use a player. I wanted to win the league, but I did not. Finance and fundraising. Distinguished delegates, football indeed costs money. League costs money, national team costs money. Youth football costs money. Coaching education costs money. Staff salaries, travel expenses, congress, everything is money. And all of these responsibilities have largely been managed with FIFA operational funds. CAF and government support and our esteemed sponsors, Orange, that support our FA Cup, Leone that supports Men's Elite League, Abraham Mines Limited that sponsor our Female Elite League. On behalf of the football fraternity of Sierra Leone, and with all modesty, I express our gratitude to all of our sponsors. When we took over office in August 2025, we inherited liabilities and obligations. But we also inherited responsibilities. And I and my executive committee have been entrusted with responsibility not to go into the past but to take football to a different level. We have paid over $250,000 in liabilities since we took over. Yes. Yes. God bless you, sir. Yes, God will bless me because I'm in good for Sierra Leone. But the point I want us to realize here is that to make part of this is that I've been able to pay as president and executive committee paid over $250,000 in liabilities. This range from debt all over this country. When we took over 600 million, home streets in Freetown, Dr. U, Rawa, all over this place. And how were these debt incurred? When you receive operational funds, you receive money for these operations, but people were not paying. But at the same time, the money we are not going to cover. If we talk about it, they will say we want to find people. They will say, oh, this is which homes. The internet service provider will never pay. The security agency will never pay. They will never pay. Ticketing companies will never pay. I'll give you an example. When you took over, somebody sent an email that, oh, Sierra Leone Football Association, a firm from England that will owe them $65,000 that in a match in Egypt, the agents had instruction from the then president to buy tickets for 10 people from 10 different destinations, from different destinations to go to Egypt for the match. I said, okay. I instructed my general secretary to reply to the email. Ask them to send us the passports of the 10 people that traveled to Egypt on the instruction of the president, the then president. Ask them to give us copies of their tickets that they bought and what made up the balance amount. That was in September. Since we sent that email, they never came again. Never. We did not hear anything from them from that time to date. So these are some of the issues that have been troubling our federation. Out of the money, the operational funds that was set by FIFA in January, because they do send operational funds in 2 installments, one in January and one in July. Out of that fund, we'll be able to manage all our competitions, pay those liabilities, and running the federation. And I stand here proudly to say, the finance director will do me wrong, that up to now, we have nothing less than $300,000 to $400,000 in our accounts. That is prudent management of the federation's funds. Staff benefits. In accounting, there is what we call provision. Any liability that you foresee in the future, you have to provide something to set it aside. That when this liability arises, I will put to that provision and pay. There has never been a time in the history of Sierra Leone football where a provision has been made for staff benefits. Never. So when staff retire or when they are relieved of their duty, SLFA will go into their operational funds to pay. FIFA has recommended in their central review since 2022 or 2021 that SLFA should open a provisional account for staff benefits. That was never done. Madam Minister, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, I am proud to say here today that my executive committee and I have mandated the Federation to open that account, and it has been opened and decided to going forward, calculate benefits on a monthly basis and send to that account and keep for the rainy days. Distinguished delegates, we took over a regional office. When we took over, regional offices were giving sponsorship of $15,000 a year. SLFA, what we do is to provide guidance to football policies. We are actually not the ones organizing the competitions. And the competitions are the core values of what we do. They are the core activities of our game, of our activity of football. With all these beautiful walls, this beautiful infrastructure that we want to have, everything, without competition, there's no football. And these competitions are being organized by the regions. So if this is true, how could you give $15,000 a year to the regions to govern football, to administer football, when you consider terrain, distances, bad network, 4 playing venues, and he gives them $15,000. But our minister, distinguished delegates, best, I am proud to say here today that my executive committee and I approved an increase in the operational funds to regional federations from $15,000 to $50,000. Out of that, we pay them just the way we receive funds from FIFA. In February, we will pay their first tranche. In July, they will pay their second tranche, provided, like I said yesterday, we cannot afford not to be in compliance with the law, especially that has to do with FIFA. They just completed audit in their management report, made it very clear that all the regions in Sierra Leone, with the exception of Northwest, who are being in compliance, the rest are disbursing money by cash. Money by cash. This is not like they are eating money, they are doing it because we all know they are organizing competition, they are giving money to Division 1. That is in fact no. Because if they don't give them, I will know, you tell me, they are giving them. But even when you are giving them, if you are not doing it the right way, it still constitutes the wrong. It still constitutes the wrong. So going forward, I want to use this opportunity for this entire gathering that the regional authorities should abide by the financial governance structure of FIFA and SLF. Should you want to continue to have the subvention. Sponsorship drive. Based on the credibility gained since we took over office, our sponsorship drive has also produced noteworthy results. But we are still not there. Rather, I would say we just got started. We secured a historic sponsorship for women's football amounting to $150,000 from Marathon Mines, and that is the first ever in the history of this country for the female football gain sponsorship. Marathon Mines not only give us money, but on the day we went to launch the partnership, Mr. Craig Dean, the chairman of the holding company of Marathon Mines, who is a billionaire in dollar, not euros. Mr. Diallo to think that Craig Dean is his colleague. He's far ahead of you. Please. So, Mr. Craig Dean, who is a billionaire in dollar, went to the football academy to launch that partnership. That his presence at the football academy for me was more than the $150,000. It shows commitment. It shows that Marathon Mines have genuine interest in developing our women through football. So join me to thank Mr. Craig Dean for sponsoring the Female Premier League for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone. Also based on integrity and goodwill, Orange Sierra Leone provided us 2,828 euros 352 cents as sponsorship for the FA Cup. The just concluded FA Cup. Mr. Lyons, if you are here, let me use this platform to congratulate you for being the first winner of the Orange FA Cup. Congratulations.
This money was given in twofold. In cash, they gave us 1,829,352 leos, and in equivalent, the other things they do for us, like providing internet, a closed user group, because we'll be doing, a fiber optic internet facility for Slfa. And when that is completed, we'll not be paying internet fee anymore. They are doing a 60 Mbps for us. So that amounts to 9,999 euros. Also, other fundraising, when we took over, Europe was providing $150,000 as sponsorship for the male Premier League. We engaged the leadership of Europe, the management, and we told them the amount was small for our elite league. We negotiated, but what they said to us is that, Babadi, this is something we agree, and this is something that's not in our budget. We are not in a position to make any significant changes in our budget, but we'll see what to do. At the end of the day, they increased the sponsorship to $180,000. And apart from that, they provided all equipment for our referees. Dress, gadgets, everything that we are using in the league is being provided by Europe. I want to thank Europe on behalf of Sierra Leone Football Association and the entire football fraternity of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, sponsorship, monies from FIFA, CAF, and government of Sierra Leone are never going to be enough to run football. And because of that, and to further strengthen our financial capabilities, we've entered into an agreement with Orange Sierra Leone and AFISED to provide us a value-added services wherein we develop football content, we send to them, and it's sent to subscribers to subscribe so that we'll be receiving updates on every football activities. Those messages goes with minimal charges. That is, in accounting, you say they do not meet reasonability test. Because if you buy 10,000 euros credits and euros is being cut as fee for you receiving messages on Eurostars, Premier League, female and male, injuries of players, it's minimal amount. It's not significant. It's not disturbing in any way. So on this past Monday, we've gone live with AFISED. It's now on. People can subscribe. That's the way for you all to contribute to football development. You all remember when we are having matches in Liberia, go to people to give us money, hire buses to go to Liberia, provide food for them, some hotel facilities. If this is running and it's our own local revenue generation, we can use that to help a lot of football development in Sierra Leone. Like I said yesterday, you go to Waterloo, there is a field there that there's no perimeter fence. You go to Cowboy Eagles, you have issues with the perimeter fence. So if these funds are coming through, if people are subscribing and we are raising revenue, let's say every month we are guaranteed of receiving 500,000 euros. We go to Sierra Leone Commercial Bank and say, okay, we have this partnership with AFISED and Orange. Every month they will pay us through your bank 500,000 euros. So give us 10,000 euros. We want to undertake development activities. They will give because it's a risk-free loan. It's a risk-free. They will give and we'll use that money to develop our playing venues around the country. So gentlemen, please subscribe and encourage others to subscribe so that we can boost our local revenue generation. To be able to undertake those activities, you have to be assigned a special number. So we went to NATCA, wrote them a letter, asked them to
give us assign numbers to us. So for as we said, the number is 888. You can send to them any message about football to 888 that you want to subscribe, then you'll be on that. For Orange is 8888. Orange will be on live by next week. So this is what we are doing to support the revenue generation for football in Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, goodwill indeed matters. And in football, my executive have proven that now, and my executive have held over 20 executive meetings, and nobody has received a single cent as sitting fee. Mostly, there are a lot of misconceptions out there that, oh, no, money. I tell you, sometimes we come together, we put money to subsidize our activities. No one of them have received a single cent from Slfa operational fund as sitting fee since October. I travel around the country for football activities as president. Every day I step out of Sierra Leone, I'm supposed to receive $500 as my per diem. When I cross to Lunge, I do so during chartered boats that cost me $1,000 to and fro from Lunge. Ever since, with all the travels I've done as your president, I have not received a single cent from Sierra Leone. Recently, we went to Vancouver in Canada, Congress, and FIFA specifically paid money to all the participants. The money comes through our federation, and when you receive the money, the finance manager, Mr. Bacon, the president, send me your bank account details. I said, for what? He said, oh, FIFA have sent your money, we want to pay to your account. I told him, for now, with all humility, I will say, thank God. I don't need to dip into the finances of the Sierra Leone Football Association for me to get money. So I refuse to take that money. CAF gives federations, presidents in 54 countries in Africa $50,000 every year as their traveling expenses. In January, they paid my first tranche of $55,000. When I received the money, I took another from my pockets and add to it to make it $40,000. And I went to McKinney to launch the construction of the Uzum Stars perimeter fence. That job is going on, and the total cost of that job is $95,000, which I am donating to the development of football in this country. As if that is not enough, as I stand here, I am also humbled to announce to you that I have personally donated a pavilion to the Sierra Leone Football Association, a 435 seating capacity pavilion that cost over $200,000. This is something I bought some 4 or 5 years ago that has been in my store and was waiting for the right time. When people approached me in McKinney that during the elections, come and support us to reconstruct our premise fence, I said to them, no. If I do it now, they think because I want your vote. I will commit myself. Whether I win or not, I will help.
That is what I told them. Because at that time, if I go to McCain to say let's do a perimeter fence, they'll say that's how I want. I didn't say one. I said no, I will not do it. Let us wait. Win or not, I am going to support you. And I've done that with all humility. Our technical department, they are delegates. There are certain things in football administration that makes the president proud. Technical development is one of them. When we appointed Mr. John Edward Kista as technical director, we knew we were appointing experience, credibility, and professionalism. And we knew we were appointing the most decorated Sierra Leonean coach in the 21st century. Let me reveal this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me reveal this to you. I'll say two things on this. Parliament is saying is here from Wafu. Mr. John Edward Kista was given a job at Wafu to be the technical director for the whole of Wafu Zone A, 9 countries. They declined that to work for Sierra Leone. He has not gone to the media to talk about it, but I have the email. I have the email. He declined to work for Sierra Leone. Modesty is defined again. Since we appointed him, he has undertaken a lot of coaching courses. Over 16 years in this country, there has not been a single CAF sanctioned coaching course. Back in 2021-2022, there was a coaching course that was conducted at the federation. That means standing there as a staff, we are all participants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They said to them, "Oh, this is CAF coaching. Coach B likes it. Come and do the training. Who pay their money?" Even me, yeah, I pay for people. I paid for people, they went through the training, not knowing that it was never a CAF coaching course. Till date, no certificate was given to them. No certificate. No certificate. Today, that too is in the past. We have done 5 licensing courses, and the 6th course will begin soon. We have completed and certified the first set of licensee coaches, and the second one is ongoing. CAF has approved the CAF B, which will commence in October, and we are confident that by the close of the year, CAF will approve the CAF A diploma. This is in my 10th month in office, and we appointed John Kista in December 2025, meaning he has been in office for just 7 months, and he has been able to do all of this. There is one quality about John Kista. The other thing I want to talk about John Kista, like I said, is the most decorated coach in the 21st century. Football is a very unique game. Like I remember when I was in Form 4, we had somebody who was the best in mathematics. So they wanted to appoint a class rep. And most of our guys were saying, "Oh, let's appoint him. And the head teacher said, no, our class master said no, our form master said no. Being the best mathematician does not make you the best leader. We said no. I was appointed as a class rep. I went to
I went as far as becoming the assistant prefect in the school. Yes. So playing football is different from being a coach. When you want to know a coach, it's not by his face, it's not by how you like him or hate him. You bring that down to the ratios. What are your achievements in this line of business? What are your achievements? Ratios are very unique in accounting. If you can see a business or a bank with a gigantic building, very nice one, but the ratios are very poor. You can see another bank or another institution in a very poor building, isolated one, but the ratios are very unique. So it is the ratio that tells you who you appoint as a coach, not who you like.
No.
And when you do so, we are doing that for Sierra Leone, for the love of Sierra Leone. It is not a mentality about bidi. This is about Sierra Leone. Everybody matters. Leone Star is a unique point for every single Sierra Leonean. I say this every day. In this room, our faces are different. We are all one, but coming from different homes, belonging to different religions, different political parties. But when it comes to Leone Star, who means in Ikwashia, all of us. So any decision that hinges on Leone Star has to be made in the best interest of Sierra Leoneans. I don't wake up in the morning with the intention of hurting anyone. But like Marcus Cicero in his book How to Run a Country said, Marcus Cicero said, a leader is the voice of the law. A leader is the voice of the law. The law is the leader. It went further to say, when leaders make decisions, it should be in the best interest of their country, not in the interest of their friends or their brothers. It should be in the best interest of their countries. And Robert Greene said, conflict is part of human nature. It lives us. It lives us. They are being aggravated by wants, needs, personal glory. Those are the things that aggravate conflict. But let me ask this question. Is there any conflict enough to override our love, our genuine love and sincerity and support for Leone Star? No. There is none, and there will never be. So, whilst we leave this hall today, ladies and gentlemen, let us go home united behind the national team. Ask yourself, Kevad, they're in World Cup. We used to beat Kevad. If you undertake Human Intelligence Index for Africa, Sierra Leone will be among the first 10. Why are we not winning? Why are we not winning? Let us come together to unite and fight for football and develop our game. Refereeing is still one of the most difficult assignments. Even with technology, referees make mistakes. We have instituted a competent refereeing committee and have taken both action against referees we have found wanting to a level that is not acceptable. We have further given more training opportunities to referees, increased allowances for Premier League referees from 700 euros to 2,000 euros. We are looking forward to introducing new measures to make the game better. Please permit me to congratulate Aminata Fula and Agnes Blah. Aminata Fula and Agnes Blah for successfully completing their CAP pre-WAFCON refereeing preparation course and now await CAP decision for the final refereeing list for WAFCON. WAFCON is the female Africa Cup of Nations tournament. So they are part of the training. They have been doing extremely well when they go out on assignments. So they are called to prepare for the Africa Cup of Nations for women football. They will be called and they will go out there to represent Sierra Leone. Competitions are still the heartbeat of football. When we assume office, calendars were uncertain. Today, as I stand here, we have published a full calendar for 2026-2027 league season. They just concluded Orange FA Cup play with recorded 235 teams. The FA Cup that we just played, we had 235 teams that participated. In the last 10 years of Sierra Leone Football Association, before my tenure, only 2 FA Cup we have played. In 10 years, only 2 FA Cup we have played. In our first 10 months in office, we've been able to play our first FA Cup that was extremely successful, with East Lions being the winner for this particular one. But what is most important is that we have a 4-year mandate. I stand here today to pledge that we will have 4 FA Cup in our 4 years. Football stakeholders know when competitions begin, they know when registrations open, they know when league starts. Planning has returned to football. The Talent Development League has expanded nationwide. The Men's Unity Cup and Women's Unity Cup now symbolize what football should stand for. This is simple. Up to now, we are playing our league. The men's Premier League is still playing. It's going into July. We all know our terrain. It rains. Logistical support for teams to travel is difficult. We've had a regular football calendar in Sierra Leone. Liberia have ended their league long ago. Guinea is saying all over the world. It is only Sierra Leone that plays league to this level. Last league we played till August 21. Last league. That is not going to be the case anymore. We are synchronizing our league calendar to meet regional and continental calendars. To do that, my executive committee, from the funds we receive from FIFA in our first tranche, because quote unquote, well, like the economists will say, ceteris paribus, everything remains the same. If everything remains the same, we will receive funds from FIFA in July. If it changes, we are still in the position to give money to our men and female Premier League clubs, in Premier League teams, in board, for them to start the league in October. So this year, instead of starting our league in November or December, we are going to start in the second week of October, so that the league will end latest second week in June. We are no more going to play football in rains. We'll play football in rain, but not the leagues. We'll train, we'll exercise in the rains, but not our elite leagues. Our elite leagues will now start in October and they will end in first week or second week in June, when there will be no much rain around. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stand here and make statements without talking about infrastructural development for Sierra Leone football. On Thursday, we had a meeting at the Federation, and one of the members who was supposed to attend the meeting went to the Federation, passed the gate, went down the police quarters, and we are waiting for her. Madam Ramatulai called her and said, I've been here, but I've not been able to see the gate because of the transformation. Because of the transformation, we have not received additional funds to undertake these activities. We are still operating within the same operational funds sent to us by FIFA. Remarkable job has been undertaken at the Federation. The pavilion I donated, we are using the Federation's money to do the installation. We've done the concrete, the floor concrete, the sub-base, using the funds from Slfa. We are doing transformation, the 2 gates, everything. There are no more water loss. Last year by now, you go to Slfa. Imagine, last year, I think it was Edros. A match was abandoned because the players could not get their way to the beach. Edros Sports. Edros Sports, they went to the Federation to play a Premier League match, and they could not have access to the field because they needed a boat, and there was not one available at that point. Today in June, you can go there, you can walk barefooted, no water logs, a well-constructed drainage, paved green compound is what you now see. Extended, there was a very big land towards the street. Just left wasting. We demolished the perimeter fence in front of the road and we pushed towards the road. And now you have a very big SLFA compound that you can park hundreds of cars to watch football. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a list of things that we are here to hear about. In the history of Sierra Leone football, my executive committee have been able, in our first 10 months in office, to pull through the biggest singular project ever in the history of football in this country. While Amin is here, I continuously make reference to him because they are supervisors at zonal level. They enforce compliance. He will agree with me that everywhere you go in this world, the football headquarters is mostly located far away from their technical center. If you go to Liberia, it's the same. You go to Ghana, it's the same. You go to Guinea, it's the same. But in Sierra Leone, we've all been hosted at number 21 Battery Street. That is why when you go there, it's like when people are crossing the zebra in China. You have like 5,000 people crossing at the same time. There is so many in and out that does not guarantee concentration to work. You see staff collaborating up and down because brothers, friends are around playing football. They have to talk to them. Teams are playing, people are training. Everybody's being distracted. Madam Minister, Mr. Director of NSC,
Mr. Executive Director, NSC. Mr. Executive Director, are you hearing me, sir? Please, this is a big news. This is a big news. As we sit here today, FIFA, the government of Sierra Leone, and CAF have acquired a 5-story building for Slfa. A 5-story building for Slfa to serve as our headquarters, and we assign the current secretariat to the technical department to run all our competitions. What is so good about the new headquarters is the fact that it is so big that we are not going to need another venue going forward when we have to have our Congress in Freetown. The building, the structure is big enough with so many floors to host our Congress, training, everything that we want to do in football. That building is built by 3 bodies, like I said, in this manner. FIFA is paying for the building up to 90% of the cost, or 80%. CAF is contributing, and the government of Sierra Leone have been asked to waive the taxes for the registration of the conveyance, because we, the federation, do not have that money, and it is a requirement for FIFA to pay. Graciously, Madam Minister, the executive director, have been supportive in ensuring that we get the waiver from government to register the conveyance. We are doing this because we have our integrity. We want to be accountable. Yesterday we met with all the committees, all the regions. If you have a president who cannot meet with you, cannot sit with you to talk, who is afraid of questions, then he may have something to hide. He may have something to hide. But I stand here as president and executive committee members here. Whatever we are doing in the interest of you and those who are not here. The players, other administrators, we are working in your interest. We have no other interest. So before I leave this podium, let me leave you with one word. Ladies and gentlemen, never again